Okay, we're live. Hello, folks and blokes. This is Phycoanto, and welcome to another quick play of Final Fantasy X-2. Yeah, I bet you're all wondering why I haven't been doing the 10 series, even though my picture is of Tidus. Because of the cutscenes mainly, and the fact that I didn't really like 10. Gone back to liking it now though. So, as this is a quick play, it'll be like a playthrough, but not a complete full playthrough. It'll be like the Resident Evil game, 3 Nemesis, where I play bits now and again for different sort of content of the game. Like, for example, anyway, no, let's forget about that and get straight to the point. Now, I'm going to tell you about my way I'm doing this game. Mainly, I'm on chapter 1. I'm doing side quests at the moment, and I've not bought anything from the shop because there's a side quest here, especially for your first playthrough of this. Yes, I'm doing a completely new game, even though I've completed this loads of times. I'm not buying anything from the shop because you want to start buying things from a particular person that you get here. Also, just to warn you that this game will have spoilers to the first Final Fantasy X. Yeah. So, first of all, I want to go up here. This is a shortcut to the end of this area, which is called Macalania Wood. Also, if I go up here, I get a nice treasure chest. Yeah, turbo ether. We all know what that does. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Treasure chests on this game, there's 5 chapters on this game. The 4th chapter, you don't travel around the world freely. You just have to do where the plot takes you. But chapter 1, 2, 3 and 5, even 4, even the areas that you can go back to if you've done it, the treasure chest will be refilled again with even better items. Now if we go over here, you got this man. Now be careful, okay? I'm just giving you a warning that this guy will have a lot of spoilers from the first Final Fantasy X. I mean Final Fantasy X, okay? Just warning you. And we are going to watch cutscenes today.
High Summoner Yuna, forgive me for the grief I have caused you.
How have you been?
Well, with Lord Seymour gone, we Guado are hardly different from the dead.
Well, as you said, that's a guy called Seymour is dead. Well, he ain't Seymour anymore. Sorry, that was a bad
Many
joke.
also lost their lives at the hands of Lord Seymour.
But why are you still calling him Lord?
Those who survived swore vengeance for their fallen comrades. We Guado sealed ourselves away in Guado Salam and strengthened our defenses. But soon we no longer had the strength for even this. Now we live among the shadows of these woods.
Trammel?
Right, your group called the Rasmus. So these group with these guys, they've got really long arms. They're called Guado, and they mention about this group called Ronso, which we will see not too long now. Well, not too long, but you know.
High Summoner, do not trouble yourself to show sympathy for the Guado. We once walked willingly with Lord Seymour, never questioning, even as he led all Spira into madness. Lady Yuna, I cannot ask that you forgive us, only that you forget us.
Trammel.
Spira, now that's their world, by the way. That's what their Earth is called.
Ah, well, what brings the High Summoner to these woods?
Well, I'm a sphere hunter now.
A sphere hunter?
We, hunt spheres.
You don't say.
Wow.
Well then, please allow me to give you this. It is of no use to us.
Score! Thank you!
Right. Okay, I'm going to explain all about spheres and that. There are two different types of spheres, in this game. Spheres are what, like videotapes or CDs or whatever, where they record themselves, okay? Also, spheres will give you these thing called dresses. Well, dresses, exactly. They dress up as different clothes, with those clothes, they have special powers. Be like it's a class change in the Final Fantasy series. However, you can't just use those spheres. You need something called a garment grid to put those spheres on. So we go to garment grid. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different garment grids. Okay. Now a healing garment grid. If you put these spheres, which is a gunner, which is what Yuna wears, warrior sphere, which is what another person, a songstress allows the character to sing songs and use debuffs on enemies. Black mage, we all know, sphere. White mage, a thief, and this thing. I think I can't see that word really. My eyes ain't as good as they used to be. But I think this sphere is new to the Final Fantasy X-2. Of course, I'm playing the HD remastered. I don't think that this is in the original Final Fantasy X-2. But as you can see on the bottom of the actual sphere grid, on the bottom right, it says uses. You can use cure, and you've got a blue mark, like a blue round orb, and it says use cure, and you've got a blue and a red called cure jar, whatever, I don't cure jar. So in order to use them, you just equip like a gunner here, warrior here, and a thief, whatever you want. Okay, now in battle, and you have to equip the garment grid. In battle, you can change between one of those 3 things. So if I was a gunner and changed to a warrior, that red mark would be unlocked, and then I could use whatever was in between that, where that red mark was, which don't have a red mark here. So really, if you want to use a gun and be a thief or a warrior, you won't unlock that blue thing, which is the first thing you really want to unlock. So really, you want to go, if you're a gunner, you want to change to a thief or a warrior, then go to the thief or whatever to unlock the blue one. What's between the blue? Then you go to a class. Then when you unlock the blue, you can use cure in battle. Then if you use, then you go to someone that the red is attached to. You unlock the red, and you can use cure jar in battle. It is a pain in the arse to do, because when you end the battle, the things lock again. So you have to keep switching and that on one of the characters. You can't do them all 3 sort of. Once it's hard to explain that one, but he only works on one character at a time. So if you're like Yuna, you have to change to all 3 so Yuna can use the cure, but you have to do the same on the other 2, which is Rika and Pain. So not if Yuna unlocks the 2 things, only she unlocks it. It doesn't unlock it for everyone. So I don't actually recommend. Well, you can, but that sphere that I just got from that guy is a special sphere. You don't equip that one. If you unlock the first one that unlocks both of those things can transform into that special sphere I just got, but the only problem is that sphere has really high stats, HP and MP, but the other characters will run off. That character will be fighting on their own. So if the enemy actually kills you, I think you're all dead. So yeah, that's how the spheres and the garment grid works. I will be going into special things about the garment grid stuff when I'm going to the next battle, actually. So the characters I've got, Rika, Yuna and Pain. Yuna is a gunner, Rika is a thief, Pain is a warrior. There is something a bit different to the HD version though, that you can actually be the characters from Final Fantasy X, even though you only have these three in the original Final Fantasy X-2, and you can actually have monsters with you. I'm not going to go into any of that really in this quick play. So hang about, I'm just thinking there is something I want to go up here. I think it's up here. No, it's not up here, but we get a bit of a scene. Huh? Okay. Oh no, this is the area I need to be. What did you say? Albed primers. Now that language they were speaking is a language called Albed, and the primers in Final Fantasy X you find these primers. Now I think there's I've forgotten how many letters are in the alphabet actually, but there are every letter in the alphabet you'll find one of these primers in they're hidden items. And when you find one, it'll translate one letter of the Albed language into English or whatever country you're from. However, 10.2's a bit different. You'll get an Albed primer when you have a cutscene of someone speaking Albed. Yeah. But one thing is good about the 10.2 series, because this 10.2 has a new game plus, unlike Final Fantasy X, that really should do. But anyway, Final Fantasy X-2, if you go to a cutscene where like they're speaking Albed and you get an Albed primer and you can't find all the scenes where like the hidden scenes like this one, this is an optional scene to get an Albed primer. You don't have to go through all the hidden Albed talk to get the primer. You can get it once, right? And if you can't find all of them and you do a new game plus, you do the same Albed cutscene that gave you this primer, you'll actually get another one. Yeah, until you've actually got them all, which is really nice. And when you've actually completed the game, you can actually do New Game Plus whenever you want. You don't have to complete the game again to do a New Game Plus. So once you complete the game, you can go on the first cutscene where you get your first Albed primer, do a New Game Plus over and over again just for the first cutscene, which is like just after the tutorial of the game, to just build them up quick like that. Those sort of grinding things I don't like doing. I like to...
I got a 23rd! Where are you?
Now have you noticed there was a guy with a green backpack that turned up while I was talking? Yeah, that's the guy we need to find. Awaka the 23rd. Well, I'm Phycoanto the last. And the first. Right. Now we, I think, no, we came from up there, but we're actually going to take a long way back. Mainly because this is actually what we got to do, and of course treasure chests. You do really want to, oh here we go, battle. Now in these woods, battles can be really hard. There's a particular monster that's really hard. So for the gunner, we got attack and trigger happy. Attack, of course, we just shoot it. And every single monster, I like to steal something from them. Oh, and I use pain for a warrior. Trigger happy. Now, as you can see, we actually have an ATV or whatever it is, bar, whatever it's called. Trigger will actually enlarge that, but this is what happens. You press the trigger, and when you're ready, you have to tap R1 to do a multiple amount of damage. I actually think that's really crap. Even though it does do more damage than your regular hit if you press it hard enough. If your character does a critical hit normally, it will do a lot more damage than you would with the trigger happy. The trigger happy will have more chance of doing a critical hit, but the actual attacks each for a trigger happy are extremely low compared to a normal hit. Even though if you don't do a critical hit on either of them, trigger will do more damage. It's just if you do a critical hit with a normal attack, the only way that you can do more damage, oh hang about, I actually need healing. The only way you can actually do more damage with the trigger happy, with a normal attack or to do a critical hit is for every single move of the trigger happy to do a critical hit, and that will not happen, sadly. I don't think that can happen. Well, it probably can, but the chances of that are as low as getting a 5-star summon on Summoner's Wars. Yeah, that game is disgusting when it comes to getting a 5-star summon a 5-star monster. It does say on the game that the chances of getting a 5-star monster is 0.5. Don't believe that, folks and blokes. It's more like 0.1. Yeah, they're actually doing... I think back. There he is, and he's run off again. They're actually doing an anniversary at the moment where they're giving away 100 scrolls. Not these summoning scrolls. That you have a chance of getting a guaranteed a 3-star to a 5-star. You won't get a 5-star into that. And you can have 6 accounts on there. There's 6 servers on that game. I've got 100 scrolls on every server. That means I've got 600 scrolls. And I did not get a single 5-star. I mean, you do see in the chat, because if you get a 5-star, you'll come up on the chat there. I do see people always getting 5 stars. I think they're cheating. There's no way you can get a 5-star that easy. What's this guy say?
Oh me, oh my, what did you say?
I said, see what this guy says. Oh, it's a girl, okay.
Don't move an inch, I'm on my way. These woods grow lonely day by day.
What do you think you are? A female version of Eminem? Can you rap as fast as him? Now, that person actually speaks in rhymes. Not really rapping. Speaks in rhymes. Oh, there he is again. Hello. And he runs off. Are you playing with me? And I bet you're wondering, folks and blokes. Oh, there's a chocobo. Now, you can't do it now. They'll just run off. Oh, right, okay. I'll go back to that in a minute. Okay, chocobos, you can catch them later. I never done that, though, in this game. Now, if you see that thing, it said it oversold. It means it's become, all of a sudden, it's become a lot stronger. It will give more experience and money, and you can steal different things from it than you would originally. Now, I'm going to take advantage of that. Now, there's a thing when it comes to garment grids with those oversoul things. If you manage to get every single monster to oversoul, you will get a special garment grid. If you speak to someone, I think it is, when every single monster is oversold, there is a sort of a chart thing that tells you how many monsters you've oversold. And if you also get a garment grid, now it has no locks on it, but it'll automatically let everything go past its max limit. HP, MP and attack. Really nice. And that is only available for the HD remake version. Remastered, sorry. There are actually a couple of items you can get to break, or accessories. Yeah, you got your bracelet things. Accessories to break the HP limit or the attack limit. I don't think there's a accessory that breaks the MP limit. However, how do you get those things oversold? You need to kill a certain amount of that same enemy in order for it to the next enemy for it to oversoul. Every monster varies. So these red ones, I don't know how many of them I've killed, but if you kill a certain amount of them, the next one you'll meet will oversoul. And the one thing good about this, that your oversouls and how many times you've beaten them and that for them to oversoul, does carry over to New Game Plus. because there are actually bosses that can oversoul. Yeah, and of course bosses are fought once. So in order, you can't get every enemy to oversoul in one gameplay. In fact, you can't really get it in 2 or 3 playthroughs of the game. Because you need to play the game over and over again to beat them as many times for them to oversoul. Now, there is a particular bracelet or accessory you can get that can break one of the limits I forgot in the beginning of Chapter 2. Yeah. It is extremely hard to get though. I mean, when I say extremely hard to get, you have to just push this character in a direction. You could actually push this character in a direction into a lift, yeah. But this character is running around in circles, so actually to control him to get into a lift is a bitch. But the only thing is, he will only appear in that area. It's on your airship. You got an airship that you travel around on here, even at the beginning of the game. He would only appear on your airship on the beginning of Chapter 2 if you don't encounter him at all, or even the area that he's in, which is a place called the Moonflow. On Chapter 1, if you want to get that character on your airship, in Chapter 1, don't go to the Moonflow. Because even if you go in his area and you don't encounter him, he won't show up on your ship. Avoid him completely on Chapter 1. There is actually a little side quest you can do on Chapter 1 involves him. That's if you're actually focusing on the 100% completion. If you focus on 100% completion and not the accessory, then yeah, you have to see him on the first chapter to do a side quest for him. There is actually 3 multiple endings on this game. You've got the bad ending by doing the game, I think it's like just story mode only, no side quest, nothing extra. There is a normal ending, which I think is actually the proper ending, I actually think. And you've got the good ending, which you have to, I think the normal ending you need to do the game like 50% at least. And a good ending, you need to do the game 100%. The 100% good ending is actually really good, but I don't actually think it is the proper ending, because on the HD remastered, you do have an extra game called Final Fantasy X-2: The Last Mission, and it explains a character that appears in the good ending of X-2. He's not there. He's not there at all, and he's apparently still not there at all in the Final Fantasy X-2 Last Mission. Oh, there's another one of these guys.
The end has come faster than I thought. What can we do? I'll be there in 2 secs.
Who are you talking to? You're on the phone. You've got those sort of Bluetooth headphones on or something. That guy speaks Scottish. Yeah, my ancestors are Scottish. They fought in the Scottish War. I believe a lot of you have seen the movie Braveheart. Now this is where we've got to go to see that guy. Movie Braveheart, played by Mel Gibson. The character he plays, William Wallace,
like
I'm related to him.
Yeah, up with me.
I am related to him.
At your service.
He is my ancestor. Okay.
I bought the travel agency from Mr. Rin, but then the temple nearby sank to the bottom of the lake. And business sank with it.
Oh well.
Just my luck.
Sounds like my luck.
Now the outbid have come to collect and are not in the mood for excuses. Think ye could give old O'Walker a place to lay low? For a while? I'll find a way to make it up to ye, I promise.
What do you think? Sounds like he's in trouble.
Quick, let's call the old bed. Nah, I'm gonna let him ride on my ship because something really nice happens in Chapter 3 if you've done something that I'm gonna explain about now. And we got a new garment grid for that. Oh, hang about. Not just yet because I've forgotten where. Oh yeah. We're now going to go to another area, which is up here. Oh, and 5 Fantasy 10 too, you don't get weapons on this game, or armor on this game.
Even today, it's also the place where I was born. I suppose that makes it my hometown, but I can't say that I have a lot of fond memories here.
Oh well. Okay, weapons and armor thing. You only have one weapon, of course, it's for your dress sphere. Like a lot of games, you get a new weapon, you attack harder. Sadly, that's not the case on it. However, your stats increase counts a lot. Even if your stats goes up like 2 or 3, it will make a difference. And of course, when it comes to actual equipment, of course you got the garment grid, your sphere, dress sphere they're called, and accessories. Mainly accessories that will give you a higher boost stat. You can only equip 2 at a time. There's no way to increase the amount of accessories you can equip, sadly. Yeah. Now here's another thing. With the actual monsters that you can get on this game, like this bird. Now this bird, you see under its level 8, and it says the size L. That means it's a large. Those monsters will take up all 3 of those spaces, so it would just be the one monster. You actually don't control the monsters either; they control themselves, which is actually quite bad. But their stats, especially HP, increases a lot more than Rika, Yuna, and Pain. As you can see, Pain, who's a warrior, although she doesn't have as much HP as Yuna, because even though Yuna's a gunner, not a warrior, Yuna does have the Iron Bangle, which gives a HP boost. Pain would originally have the most HP out of the 3, but look at the monster his HP, and it's like half the level of Pain, well, near half the level of Pain. Also, being a large enemy, it would increase a lot more. But this is the thing, right, with equipment of... Oh, hang on a minute, I've gone to... Right. So, the thing is that you can also equip them with a dress sphere and a garment grid and accessories. The garment grids... now, if you can see at the top, where it's at top of the word equip, it says Ice Eater can use Ice Bell, whatever. Yeah, those if you unlock those 3 things. Your monster, because you don't control it, you can't switch between dress spheres on it. So it's that one dress sphere through the whole battle, meaning you will get those things unlocked automatically for them. Yeah, which is quite nice. But here's another thing with the if you go to party members, you've got one here, Brother. Now he wasn't a character you can control in Final Fantasy X or even X-2. He's a lot more known in X-2. He's actually Riku's brother, but they've actually called him Brother for some reason. Now he's level 6 and his stats are really bad. I haven't got nothing equipped to him, but he's as he says, it says size S. Same with Riku, Yuna, and Pain. It's a individual slot, but his HP and stats will go up higher than even Pain when they level up. You've got a monster here. This monster has M. That means it will take 2 spaces up, so you can have like maybe. There's a small size and one medium size. Of course, medium size will go up more stats than a small size, but not as much as a large size. Now, this only affects some large enemies, not all, but and it doesn't affect any other enemies or other characters you can be. But there's some large enemies that have the ability already on them that could break all max limit. Yeah, that's really nice. You don't need an accessory or a garment grid for them. Here's another thing that's very interesting when it comes to the enemies. Now, also, I'm just going to say, this only works for Yuna, Riku, and Pain. But when they attack in battle and they kill an enemy, they will all get AP. That's also another thing. I'm trying to find out, where is it? Abilities. Una. Here we go. Now, for the gunner, Una, I'm 38% before I mastered the gunner thing. Now, I've mastered all them. You can select which one you want the AP to be to learn. So we got this. It will automatically change. It will select say automatically when you've learned something. But yeah, I've got 13 AP for. I think every monster, no matter what happens, just gives you 1 AP. Even bosses. So yeah, when it reaches 60 AP, I will learn that skill. Monsters, you don't get that. So for a black mage, of course, if you want to unlock Fire, you need to kill, I think it's 40 enemies with anyone, because AP is shared between everyone, no matter who kills it. So any enemies killed, not battles won, is you could have 3 enemies in a battle, and you'll get 3 AP for that. Just wanted to make that clear. And you'll learn Fire, but it's not the same for enemies if they have a dress sphere. They don't get AP. So if you go to creature, you can't do it for a Unarika and Pain because they get AP. So as you can see that my enemy has Cure and Esuna. To learn them, you have to use items on them. I don't think, and you can only have 5 things, Sadia, and auto abilities, which is their debuffs or buffs. No, I mean buffs, sorry. In order to equip magic spells or anything, you need to use items. So a Phoenix down, I think that would no, that would actually give them life. Yeah, just life. As this monster is on his own, he doesn't need life. Ether, I've forgotten what that gives you. I think Remedy, of course, would give you Esuna. A potion will give you Cure. A high potion will give you Cura, where X potion would give you Cure. However, if you've run out of items to learn, some items will actually give them stats. Yeah. So an ether will, if I use 2 ethers, my MP will rise by 1. If I use a Phoenix down 3 of them, my HP will rise by none, because this will actually happen sometimes. So yeah, if you, I would use that, and if I do it again, now it will raise by 1. If I use 3 of them, then it will raise by 2. But then it will just sometimes go to none. But you need to get past that none in order to get it higher again. Also, when you start a new game plus, you all go back to level 1. Your actual levels and stats don't carry over. But the enemy stats that you give for items, that will stay. So, for example, if this enemy was on level 1 and would have like 800 HP, if you've given some items to increase their stats, you do a new game plus, and you've given items that increase their HP by 100, they will actually start at 900 HP in a new game plus, which is really nice. What was it? I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, so that's a good way to increase monster stats a lot, especially when you get the item. Oh wait, we've got a cutscene. No, we haven't. I'm actually going to leave this because I'm going to come off the stream soon. My voice seems to be hurting. Also, I bet you're wondering, why am I watching cutscenes? I thought I said that cutscenes trigger off me panic attacks. Guess what, folks and blokes? I have finally conquered them. Yep, they're all gone now. Yep, finally, after 2.5 years. Yeah, well, not alright. Of course, there are actually things that you can ride to take you back through the beach quickly. It does seem like it's a one-way trip though, from the bottom to go up, not from the up to go bottom. Anyway, when I have these problems, I get this feeling one day. I just wake up and get this feeling that how how could that have happened to me? I can't see that happening again feeling. And every time that seemed to have worked, they're gone. But the thing that triggers off these panic attack situations is a traumatic event, or yeah, a big event that's happened in my life what will trigger it off. So I'm gonna save it first though. I'm not going to end the stream quite yet. Oh, okay, what's happened here? Oh, okay. Right. Right, we've gone off for a moment. Right. Why have we gone off? Right, okay, we're back. Oh, it's a shame. Right, yeah. Alright, mate, let me turn the sound off my bloody tablet. Right, okay. Now, the only thing about this game is really strict with copyright stuff. Yeah. Right, I want to board the airship. So if I was to do a full playthrough of this, a lot of the cutscenes will actually cut off because of copyright stuff. So we've got a waka. This is our airship. So we want to go to the cabin. Hello whoever's joined. I'm going to end this stream soon, sadly. Right. And we've got this guy who's a bartender. He will sell you items, but this guy, okay.
Welcome to a walk.
Now he's in 100,000 gil debt. So I will be buying items off this guy a lot. It is extremely hard to get his 100,000 debt off before chapter 3. So I would actually tell you what happens if you get his debt done before chapter 3. On chapter 3, he will go back to his shop and he would open a shop with really good stuff in it. Yeah. I actually need some higher potions. No, there's Bingo. And I've bought all that off him. And his debt's gone down quite a bit there. Yeah, there are shops about that sell really good accessories. Oh yeah, something I also didn't mention. The creature, yeah, I told you how to get their magic spells, but their actual buffs, the auto abilities, you learn them by giving them accessories. Yeah. Now, only some accessories, if you ain't got no room or you've already got that buff, will increase some of their stats. Not too many of these do it though. Not like the healing items. So yeah, there is one last thing I want to say to you folks and blokes who will hopefully help you in the future. I did explain how you get that accessory for the max, what is it, max something, I don't know if it's HP limit break or max limit break or damage, but and I explained how to get the garment grid that gives you that. I'm actually going to explain to you how to get the other accessory that will break a limit. And it's in this place, Kilika Island. No missions here. They do say there's no missions in that place, but don't ever believe that because sometimes there is. So if you go all the way here, up, no. I think it might be up here. Yeah, that's it. Across the bridge here. And across this bridge. I actually think I'm going the wrong way again, am I? I might actually go... Yeah, I'm going the wrong way again. Right, okay. It's in the next area, which is up here. But you need to be on the right side. Oh, no you don't. Man. I've done this so many times, and every time I could never memorise the where to go. Like I say before, Axel would be really unhappy with me with that one. Oh yeah, when I did a Final Fantasy VII remake game, I said I swear the voice actor of Red 13 was the same voice actor as Syax in Kingdom Hearts. I was wrong, sadly. However, I will say that there is a character on this game. His name's Gipple. He's one of the old bed. His voice actor is Zack, same voice actor as Zack on Final Fantasy Crisis Core and Advent Children. And there is another guy on this game and in Final Fantasy X called Isaru, who is the same voice actor as we all know as Quentin Flynn of Axel. Anyway, and also he plays as Reno in the old Final Fantasy games. Anyway, we want to go here on chapter 1, talk to this guy, and say yes, he wants to let us look. This is all. Alright, and go there. The island will be ready soon. Do this again on chapter 3 and do it again on chapter 5, okay? And when you've done on chapter 5, you then get access to that little island. And on that island, you will find the accessory for the other something limit. Breaking, so I don't know if it's MP limit, sorry, HP limit, breaking that, or the attack damage limit. Basically, that what I mean by breaking a limit, in case some of you don't know, it means you can go over 9,999 to 10,000, or the highest is 99,999. When it comes to magic points, though, when you're breaking that limit, it happens on a lot of games, mainly Final Fantasy, I guess. The maximum magic points is 999, but if you break that limit on items that you can get, you can go up to 9,999 for MP only. The others are usually 9,999 would be the max, where you could go up to 99,999. That's it then, yeah. What I'm going to say before I go, that these little quick plays are, I'm going to make them like a side playthrough. They're not going to be full playthroughs, but they're not actually going to just be normal side playthroughs. There will be like special things that I will do for the hour stream or whatever. I would love to do this more, but my throat is gone really dry. Like my Resident Evil 3 remake, I did the last one for, what was it, the Charlie Doll Hunt. Yeah, and I of course go through, play through what to do and that. It's not full playthroughs. I will eventually get to every single game that I've played to do full playthroughs on for my whole YouTube career. But anyway, as my panic attacks are now fully over, I'm hoping to do YouTube a lot more regularly. I've been to be doing them every other day lately. So yeah, if I'm up tomorrow and up for it, I'll do probably another part of Final Fantasy 7 remake. I really want to get that a lot done. There ain't really no excuses for me now, as I'm no longer having panic attacks. That's all, everyone. Take care, peace and chicken grease.